As incidence of the plague decreased in the late 15th century, population swelled, creating a new demand for goods and services. A new middle class began to emerge as bankers, merchants, and tradespeople once again had a market for their goods and services. Early Renaissance began in some cities in Italy, such as Venice and Florence. Venetians were expert sailors, shipbuilders, and they were involved in the Indian Ocean trading, including the biggest economic power, the Ottomans. Besides, Florence was geographically strategic due to the Arno River, and acting as the midpoint of a few cities, their wool and textile industry was the best in Italy. Florence was also the main source of financial income for Italy, with democratic system involved. By the year 14,000, city of Florence had established a stable form of government and great wealth through the success in trade and banking. From Florence, Renaissance confidence, optimism, and curiosity spread from Milan to Rome and other Italian cities.
The Medici Bank was a financial institution created by the Medici family in Italy during the 15th century. It was the largest and the most respected bank in Europe during its prime. A notable contribution to the professions of banking and accounting pioneered by the Medici Bank was the improvement of the general ledger system through the development of the double entry system of tracking debits and credits or deposits and withdrawals. A nobleman from one of the grandest families of Florence, Lorenzo de' Medici took over the family business. During his lifetime, he opened new branches and lent significant sums of money to royal courts, aristocrats, and entrepreneurs.
Not only were they making money, they also liked to spend money, especially in arts. Lorenzo was a patron of many philosophers including Marsilio Ficino, Poliziano, and Giovanni Pico della Mirandola. Under his guidance, they did research into Greek philosophies. The Medicis had a mission for the arts and for philosophy and education. Between 1508 and 1512, under the patronage of Pope Julius II, Michelangelo painted the chapel's ceiling, a project which changed the course of Western art and is regarded as one of the major artistic accomplishments of human civilization. Pope Julius II had an even grander plan for the complete rebuilding of the Church of St. Peter's in Rome, and he had entrusted the design to his favorite architect, Bramante. When Michelangelo, burning with desire to make his magnificent vision live, the Pope refused to see him. In 1535, Paul III made Michelangelo architect-in-chief of St. Peter's, and his work on the church continued throughout the rest of his life. Under three successive popes, Julius II, Paul IV, and Pius IV, he tried to return to the simplicity of his old rival, Bramante's design, but St. Peter's was not finished in his lifetime, nor exactly to his designs.
Early Renaissance, Quattrocento. The concept of architectural order was explored by the study of classical antiquity led to adoption of classical details and ornamentation. The spaces was created by proportional logic, form, rhythm of geometry, rather than intuition. For example, Basilica di San Lorenzo in Florence by Filippo Brunelleschi. High Renaissance. Bramante expanded the applicability of classical architecture to contemporary, which is San Pietro in Montorio. It was inspired by the Roman temples. As for the mannerism, the architects used architectural forms to emphasize solid and spatial relationship. Beliefs, humanism. Each human being had potentialities to learn, discover, and achieve. They did not reject religious values, but rather augment with them with beliefs in the possibilities of human endeavors in a balanced relationship with the teaching of the Church. As for arts, they impose individuality. Their artworks start to have artist name, example, Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, also Galileo. Renaissance history of architecture. In the early 14th to 17th century, revival and development of elements of ancient Greek and Roman thought and material culture by addition of mathematical construction. Next is the Renaissance styles, which is the residence. Their residence is called palazzo, which means place. It is located in town and villa, or in country. It is about 3 to 4 story in height. As for the ground floor, it has entrance, services, stables, and storage. Level above is decorated salons for formal life and bedroom suites.
In the first cloister of the former Franciscan friary, you will find the Tempietto, a chapel dedicated to the martyrdom of Saint Peter the Apostle. Its full correct name is the Cappella della Crocifissione di San Pietro Apostolo, but everybody refers to it by its nickname of Little Temple.
The Tempietto is one of the most harmonious buildings of the Renaissance. The temple was constructed from bearing masonry. The circular temple supports a classical entablature and was framed in the shadowy arch of the cloister. It is the earliest example of the Tuscan order in the Renaissance. The Tuscan is a form of Doric order, well suited for strong male gods, such as Hercules. So Tuscan was well suited for St. Peter's. It is meant to mark the traditional exact spot of St. Peter's martyrdom, and is an important precursor to Bramante's rebuilding of St. Peter's.
According to the legend, it was the site of Saint Peter's crucifixion. The Acts of Peter, a late 2nd century apocryphal description of the apostle's activity and martyrdom in Rome, has him being crucified head downwards inter duas metas.